guys, it's Natasha with Britches Get Stitches. Thanks for coming back. I know it's been a while, but things have been a little crazy. But I figure we're coming up on my 1-year Flosstube. Yay! So I figured I would kind of time that with my WIP parade. I know you've probably seen everybody else's out there, so I'm a little late to the game. But this is going to be a long one, just a heads up. And we're filming upstairs in the bedroom now, so if you hear the sound machine from Lucy's room, that's why, or if you hear the cats running around, we're just switching things up. And I'm using a much brighter ring light, so if I aim it just right, I look a little possessed, so we'll do our best here. This, like I said, it's gonna be a long one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dive on in. I've got my box of WIPs. I've got my stack of cards. Yes, every single one of these is a WIP. There are a lot of them, and I'll put a count up at the end because I don't know how many I have. So let me just dive in. I've got everything unzipped and opened, I guess. So hopefully there won't be any of the like zipping sounds and stuff to bother you. Okay, so my very first WIP is back from 2010. I started on my birthday in 2010, so 1/11/2010. And this was a satin stitch kit that I got. It's a mini maker stitchery kit that I got just to test out. So here, we're starting off good, guys. It's Rainbow Cat, all satin stitch, and I've made a lot of progress on this one this year, or this past year, so who knows, hopefully I'll get this actually pulled together for a finish. There's not that many leaves yet left. It's just satin stitches, time consuming. It's kind of depends on how thick you want like the leaves and stuff to be, so it's been a little bit more difficult for me, but it's really pretty. So there's that one. Very first WIP in the bag. Attempt to keep them organized on this side. We shall see. My next one is Grandma's House, and this is a stamped kit by Dimensions. See if I can find a picture of it. There you go. What happens at Grandma's stays at Grandma's. And I'd never done a stamped kit before, so this was a little bit new to me. And so this is where I'm sitting, and this one also could be a finish this year. I've got some like milestones and stuff set up to try to finish different things, inspired by Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, to set up different milestones and final goals and such. And so this one I think could be a finish. We'll see. I don't want to say this for every single one of them, because then I'm going to get down the road and think I can finish everything this year, and that's just not going to happen. As much as I would love it to, it's not going to. So there's that one. Man, we're only 4 minutes in and I'm already 2 WIPs done. The first few are kind of easy because there's not really a lot to them. Let's see. Ooh, don't do that. Well, already making a mess on my box. So my next kit is stored in a me-made bag, and it is Dolphin's Domain. Also a Dimensions kit with a lot of like blends and stuff. Like this darker blue in the ocean is 3 strands of one color, 2 strands of another, so it's 5 strands at 10 stitch. So a little bit different than I'm used to, but still quite fun. Let me pull this out here. And this is where I'm at on this one. Actually, I I really like how that's looking. Don't mind the thread. But I think one of my favorite parts is how you can just tell the reflection of the water on the dolphins. I think that is so stinking cool. The fact that you can like make that out of thread, you know? I don't know. That just blows my mind. Not going to be a finish this year, but hopefully I can make some progress on it. There are certain ones that I'm using for my 24 and 24, which is basically you only work on 24 projects at a time, and then when you finish one, then you can add another one, but you can only have a total of 24 in rotation at a time. That's what I'm trying for. So we shall see how that's gonna work. My next one, I haven't even been telling you when I started these. So let's see, Grandma's House I started April 1st, 2023. Dolphin's Domain, April 1st, 2023. The Spring Stamp Sal is by Pinker and Pumpkin and Pinker and Pumpkin blog. Love this blog. There are so many great patterns on there, great content, and I found, I'm sorry, the cats are chasing bugs and I'm afraid they're gonna knock my cord over or something. I found the spring stamp sal and then saw that she's also got like an autumn stamp sal and all of that, and I wanted to start them, but I have not even gotten finished on this one yet, so that's not happening yet, but eventually down the road. This I started on April 15th 2023. This is as far as I've gotten. This is a 14 count like oatmeal Ada scrap that I got at Keepsakes. I'm using the DMC called for, and I think I've got it set up so that like in my milestones I'll do like the first 3 and then the second 3 and then the third. So there's 3 milestones on this one. Not going to be a finish this year, but should make some concerted effort on it. Okay, my next one, this is like such a help, I just flipped to the next one, is the Ornamental Carpet 480, and this is by Zephyr Mood. Love this shop over on Etsy. I started this one on May 1st, 2023. This was my first start of Stitch Mayhem, and this is done on an 18 count white Ada. I am currently sitting at 63 stitches, which is 0.69%. Little bitty flower up there. I'm doing it with 310. And I started this one because I just wanted to get like a monochromatic stitch going. And it's been interesting, but it's not calling to me, so it's not gonna happen this year. But I mean, it's a pretty pattern, so I'm gonna stick with it. Just not immediately. All right, let me pull the next stack out. I might do that. I'll pull it out in stacks because they're in order, and then that'll make it easier. Okay, well, I thought I unzipped everything. I'll just leave that. Okay, my next one is Biodiversity Matters, and this one was designed by Pixel Pixie as part of the Earth Day collaboration this past year. I started this one on May 2nd, 2023, and it is done on a white 14 count Ada, and I am sitting at 26%. Don't mind the hanging threads. Those are where I'm stuck at. I changed the color of the words. It's a wildflower. It's called Royal Jewels because I didn't have any Cosmo, and so I just picked this one up because I loved the color changing on that one. And so this one should be a quick finish too. So maybe we'll throw this one in there for a finish. We'll see. We will see. I know that as part of Fandom Stitching, June is the finishes month, and so maybe I'll save some of these like small ones that I know that I can just like pop out. And like I could finish that in a day. I could do that. So I can save some of these to do then to get some extra points. We'll see. And then on May 3rd, I started this pattern called Dogs versus Cats. You can see that in there. Dogs have owners, cats have staff. I don't know if it's called Dogs versus Cats. It was just, It's by Sharon Lee Holder, and it was in the Cute Cross Stitch Spring 2014 magazine. Thought it was adorable. Decided to snag it. And I started on the back of this same piece of fabric, so it is still a white 14 count Aida, and I'm using the DMC called for. Sorry, you can see, there we go. So I've got the little maid and a little bit of the border started. So gonna be cute. This one, I think 2 days, two to 3 days. I can pop that one out. So that maybe I'll just save those for June. That's a good plan. That is a very good plan. I'm glad you thought of it, Tasha. Thanks. Sitting here having a jolly good time with myself. Okay, the next one I started was Greenhouse of Oddities. You've all seen it because I keep showing it like every time. I started this one on May 6, 2023. This is by Lola Crow Cross Stitch, and it is on a hand-dyed 40 count Aida. I guess I could take out this side so you can see the full length of where I'm at. It's getting there. Look at that. Oh, that's looking good. I keep using this one as like a focus whenever we have like our Sal challenge. So I honestly think, I don't want to say that I'm going to get it all the way done, but it stays in the Q-snap because I want to keep working on it. Like it doesn't leave that Q-snap ever. I should, but I don't. But I'm at 7,684 stitches, which is 48.31%, maybe a little bit more because I did work on it this morning. And so my first milestone is to get to 53%. I want to get to 8,500 stitches, which is like about 53%. And then I'm going to go up from there. I think I went up like, how much did I go up? 5% every time. So 53, and then I go up to 58, 93, 28, yada yada. You can see here's my breakdown of my milestones that I want to get to, and so I can just like check one off every time because I'm a big list checker, and so like if I have a to-do list, it gives me something to scratch off. And that was the appealing thing to me from Jen's videos, and so that's why I decided to go ahead and make that on these. Okay, so that was Greenhouse of Oddities. Hey, I'm doing really good. We're only at like 13 minutes. I don't think there's much editing I'm going to have to do so far because it's not like I like saw a spider in any of my WIPs or anything, because that never happens. Okay, next one that I started and then restarted was the Cranky Cat Sampler by Crafty Yams. Initially started this one, I'm calling my initial start date my like actual start date, even though I had to frog that entire piece because it was too small. And so I started this one on May 7th, 2023. I'm gonna stop saying 2023 because every single one of these is 2023, because when I found a Flosstube, I decided I was no longer a monogamous stitcher and dove in. So all of these were started in the past year. And this one is on a white 25 count even weave, if I can open the thing up. And this is where I'm at. So these are the castle of the houses over there on that side. This is not as fun to work with, the even weave. I do get a lot of like slipped stitches and stuff, but it's a cute pattern. So that one needs to get some more effort on it. I just haven't. I need to go through these and like any of the ones that are like super far behind, pick one of them a week and put them on, put them on my prompt list. I don't know. Gears are turning, things are happening. We'll figure it out. Okay, the next one I started is Ornamental Carpet 439, also by Zephyr Mood. Zephyr Mood has a ton of like ornamental carpets, and they're numbered, and they're basically just a lot of monochromatic stitches that are really pretty. This one I started on the 8th of May, so May 8th. This is back in Stitch Mayhem where I started a new project every day. Not happening this year. And this one is on a 40 count linen, just one of those oatmeal linens from Walmart. And I'm doing it with DMC 820. This is that blue that I absolutely love. That's just like the most royal blue in the entire world. So stinking pretty. But I already have to frog because I decided I don't need to use the pattern. It's just a square all the way around. And I was like, I'm gonna just keep going. It's not a square. There's like breaks in the middle. So I think I have to frog back to like here and then fix the pattern and then keep going. It's what I get for thinking that I know what I'm doing. Don't be me. Read the pattern. Keep it with you. Check it often. This one is sitting at 327 stitches. I'm at 3.26%. That doesn't feel right. It feels like there's more than 320 stitches on that, but that's it. And my first milestone is to get that top border done. We'll see. I don't have a timeline on my milestones. They're just my milestones. The next one I started is Respect Your Earth, which is by Romy's Creations. This was also part of the Earth Day collaboration. This was started on May 10th, 2023. I said I wasn't going to say 2023 and then I did. This is where I'm at. And it's done on a 28 count white linen. I'm doing it 1/1. Love 1/1. Look at that. I don't know if it's showing up. Super, super pretty. This one is 194 stitches. It is 2.27%. And my first milestone is going to be to finish the words up here, the Respect Your Earth. So I'm liking having the milestones. Again, I said because it's like a to-do list. I get to check them off one at a time. The next one is The Good Times Be Gin. This is by Carrie Buziak. It is from that whimsical cross-stitch book that I got at the library. And I started this one on May 11th, 2023. I did it again. I'm ignoring my own instructions. And this one is on a 28 count white linen. I'm also doing this one. Am I? No, this one's 2/2. 2/2? Yes. 2/2. I ended up having to frog this entire middle area because the color that I had wasn't correct. I was using like a old JP Coats that was converted to a DMC. Ended up being the exact same color as the ombre one that it was supposed to go to next. So I had to frog it out, get the actual one, and put that back in. But this is going to go up in our bar when it's done. It's almost there. June finish? Who knows? And the ones that are on like paper, I don't have percentages for, obviously. The rest of them I do. Okay, the next one I started was Rainy Day Magic by Flossie Fox Shop. Love Flossie Fox Shop. They're doing the like pixelated dragon stitch along right now. Did not join it, but a friend of mine, Spencer, is doing it. I believe she just started her own first Flosstube too. If so, I'm gonna link her below. If she did. If not, I'm gonna poke her to do it. But I'm pretty sure she told me she did. I'm so behind on Flosstube. I feel like I'm like 6 weeks behind. But I'm gonna go find it and I'll put it in below because Spencer's awesome and you gotta check out her projects. If she doesn't have a Flosstube up, I'm pretty sure she does. But if she doesn't, I will link her Instagram because you gotta go check it out because she's doing like this is what I'm doing when I'm doing it, blah blah blah. I love keeping up with that, Spencer, so keep going. Anyway, Flossie Fox Shop. This is on a 14 count black Aida. I am sitting at 553 stitches, which is 8.74%, and I love the vibrancy of these colors. They are just gorgeous together. I mean, it helps that like purple and blue is like my favorite color scheme, but look at that. Gorgeous. If you haven't tried a Flossie Fox Shop project, you should. This is your PSA. Go right now to their Etsy shop and buy one and stitch because it's tons and tons of fun. Okay, moving on off my soapbox. Is it really a soapbox? No, it's like a promotional box. Promotions. Sorry, that came out. Anyway, Happy Thursday. The next one is In the Garden sampler. This is from the Cute Cross Stitch 2014 Spring edition. Can't see the colors, sorry, black and white copy. This one I got from the library, and it is on an 18 count white Aida. All I have is the border, but it's pretty. This was also a Mayhem start. Actually started this one on my anniversary, May 14th last year. So very, very pretty color. It's gonna look really cute. There's not a lot of stitching to it, so I don't want to say I'm gonna finish it this year, but like if something else ends up being finished, I might jump on that one. There's a lot I might jump on. It's, you know, doing this WIP parade has really helped me to see like just how much I have out there that is like really close to actual finishing, if I just focus on them. So who knows, maybe I'll have more finishes this year. I had like 20 last year, so let's try to beat that. Why not? The next one is Arctic Friends, which is also by Flossie Fox Shop. And this one I started on May 16, 2023. This was also part of the Earth Day collaboration style by the Stitchers Collective. I keep forgetting to say that it's the Stitchers Collective that is doing the Earth Day collaboration, which is run by Pixel Pixie, Christy. She, such a great individual. Love her. Met her for the first time at StitchCon. And she was the first, like, bigwig that I met. Like, there's all these people that have been doing Flosstube for a while, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, not like give me your autograph level, but still kind of like star shocked. And she was one of the first ones that I met face to face, and she's just a great individual. Check her out. Okay, anyway, so Arctic Friends, Flossie Fox Shop. This is on a 14 count black Aida. This is where I'm at. Not very far. 102 stitches. Whopping 7.28%. I try. I really try. My first milestone is going to be the whale up at the top. I think right here, maybe. I don't have the pattern memorized in my head, sorry. That one I started on May 16th. I'm not sure if I already said that or not. The next one is Frosted Pumpkin Cottage by the Witchy Stitcher. I started this one on May 19th, 2023. It is on a 40 count linen, dyed by me. And if you want to see a finished stitch project, go run over to Erica the Stitchy Studio, because she kicked my butt and finished hers like in a month. Crazy. Maybe 2 months. I don't know. You stitched it really fast, Erica. You did great. You did fabulous. And I'm a little bit jealous, but my fabric's pretty. This one I have 1,496 stitches, all black, and it is at 21.15%. So, not planning to finish it, but might get some extra good work on it. We will see. There's a lot of black prompts in fandom stitching, so maybe that won't come up. Yeah, why not? Okay, next one is Starry Night by the Stitch Patterns. I started this one on May 20th, 2023, and this one I started as part of the Snarky and Modern mini art sal. And this is on a, does it go like that? I think it goes like that, yeah. A white 14 count Aida. I'm kind of wishing I'd started it smaller, because I feel like I did the rest of them on an 18 count, so I might have to restart this one. We'll see. I don't know. I also really like this one, so maybe I'll just keep it on this size and just not display it with the rest of them. We'll see. I don't have numbers on this one, but I like the smalls. We shall see. Milestones are like different colors, so like I'm gonna do the green, then the blue, and then all the accents. White 14 count Aida, started on the 20th. The next one is the Little Bands sampler, and this one is by Susan Akey from the Fat Quarter Shop. And I just pulled this one off their website. I'd never done a band sampler before, and was like, yeah, why not? I need another start for Stitch Mayhem. And so I started on the 21st of May, and this is where I'm at. Yay! Look at that amazing, fantastic, wonderful start. This is on a 14 count white Aida. I need to serge those ends too. It's not really calling to me, but I'll get there. We'll get there. Everything that I've done, I want to stitch again. I want to stitch. So there's just no rush. No rush at all. Okay, the next one. Oh, I love this one. And this one is actually, okay, so it's called Red Work. It's by Carrie Buziak. Also from that whimsical cross stitch book that I got from the library. I started this one on May 22nd, 2022. Sorry. That is all in red. Gosh, that's so hard to see. There we go. That's all in red there. It's itty bitty. But this one actually got me started into like black work and stuff. And so now I'm planning to do the 2024 Peppermint Purple Sal. I didn't get in on the 2023 one, and so I decided, let's do the 2024. I need to pick my colors though. We'll see. I might take a look at that one tomorrow because tomorrow's my day off. We'll see. But I love how that one's turning out. What color is that with? I think that's with 666. Yep, sure is. Which I always hate using, but it's there. Might as well. Next one I started is Mushroom Food, and this is by Noctiflora Designs, also part of the Earth Day collaboration. This was started on May 23rd. It is on a smaller piece of that green 14 count or green 40 count linen that I did for Greenhouse of Oddities, and it sucks that you can't really see it. There we go. It's like the light is like blowing it out. The purple does not like, oh, there we go. It looks really good against this green. It's a lot more vibrant. That like you can't even tell that that's right there. I promise you. There's stitching on there. Oh man. Yeah, that one's gonna be, I mean, that's a small one. It should go pretty quick. I should pull that one back out. Eventually I have to like keep track because I'm only allowed 24 at a time. So I need to like keep my list. I actually need to make my list because I think I've only touched like 6 projects so far. Make my list, and then as I finish them, cross them off because I've already done one finish. Creation of Adam. I finished that one. So that one's done off the books. That was one of my WIP go calls. Done. Okay, sorry, getting ahead of myself. This is WIP parade, not a checkup, blah, blah, blah. Okay, my next one was Start Each Day with a Grateful Heart. This is by Emma Congdon, Stitcherovia. I started this one on May 24th, 2023. I've actually made quite a bit of progress on this one this past year. It's on a white 14 count Aida. And I'm doing it like in segments. So like I've decided my first milestone is going to be this each day. And then I'm going to go up to start. And then I'll do with plus the borders on the sides. And then grateful and then heart. Those are my milestones. Those are easy to do my own milestones for. Because the words are just laid out. I also need to serge this one. Well, I don't have a serger. I need to zigzag the edges on that one. Okay. Next up is Robin by Carolyn Manning. Let me just pull out my next stack here. Oh, we're actually getting it into project bags, so that helps to stack it. Don't. Okay. Sorry. Projects are falling over. Okay. So, as I was saying, Robin by Carolyn Manning. I picked this one because of the like autumn colors there. I don't really have a lot of, or at the time I didn't have a lot of like autumn looking patterns. That's changed. But that was what drew me on this one. Started this one as part of Manning May, which was started by the girls. There's a bunch of them. Megan Seattle Stitcher, Cam the Stitcher, Alexa's My Amazing World, I think also did it. Maybe Frizzy Lizzie. Who else? Museum Stitcher, Marjorie Maid. How do you say Marjorie? I might have already said Marjorie. Cam the Stitcher. If you know the girls, you know who they are. Started that one on May 25th, and it is on a 40 count. Oh, this one is just atrocious. It's on a 40 count coffee dyed linen. This is bad. You want to see this start? Don't blink or you'll miss it. I started it to say that I started it. That's all I did. We're just gonna put that away. I don't even have a stitch count. I could probably count it for you. Oh my goodness. That's called jumping on the bandwagon. Not driving the bandwagon, just jumping on like last minute. May 25th. There was 5 minutes left in the 5 days left in the month, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. It's all good. All right. My next one, When Life Gives You Lemons. I also started this one on May 25th. This is by Emma Congdon. It is adorable. I stitched it. Ooh, look at that bright. I don't know if my eyes are just bugging out because I've been staring at this ring light all night or not, but that's a bright yellow. This is done on a white 14 count Aida. And again, I put my milestones based on the words. So we shall see. But the first thing I'm going to work on is When Life and the border. Okay. Moving right along because we're at 30 minutes and I don't know how far in I am. Let's see. When was the start of it? I'm just curious. So this is how far we've gone, and this is how far we have to go. Okay. The next one I started on a white Aida and then like had to restart it because I stitched the wrong number and I didn't like, or wrong color, and then I didn't like how the background looked anyway, which is fine because I love how the background looks now. So it's time for Halloween. This is by Witch's Garden Crafts. It was a free Sal in the Facebook group. Started this one initially on May 26th, 2023. It is on a 14 count hand dyed linen. Love me some purple. And I have 614 stitches in here, which is at 6.99%. Ooh, that brown is looking good against that purple. Normally you can't see it. That looks so darn good. Oh, I love that. I love that. Love, love, love. Okay. That's turning out really well. I'm excited. I have to pull it back out a little bit. Stop it. I keep telling myself, you only get 24. You can't pull everything out much as you want to. All right. Next up is the Bluey Sal, the first Bluey Sal by Olive and Lee's Studio on Facebook. They have 2 that are out there, but this is the first one. I started this one on May 27, 2023. It is on a white 14 count Aida. Just getting that border going. 977, is that right? Yeah, 977 stitches, 6.37% on that. And my first business is to do the border. Then I'm going to get the header that's up here, and then I'll start working on the individual characters. So that's the plan on that one. Next up was Springtime Blossom Sampler. Sorry that I keep looking down. Obviously I'm reading these, but I feel like I keep looking down instead of looking up at you guys. But you know what my eyes look like, look. Just in case you forgot. Okay, anyway. Springtime Blossom Sampler by Stitching Through the Years. This one I got on Etsy. And this is stitched on a 40 count linen, undyed, that I got from Walmart. There's my little itty bitty start. I loved this pattern when I first saw it. I just haven't dove into it yet. This I started on May 28th, 2023. And I have 121 stitches, 3.99%. I mean, granted, if 100 stitches is 3.99%, that's a heck of a lot farther in percent-wise than a lot of the other ones that I'm doing. So I should just really, do it. I will. Because it's really pretty. And then I'm going to go back and buy more of the Stitch Through the Years patterns because they're gorgeous. Okay, next one up was Be Not Afraid. It's also by Emma Congdon. And I wish I remembered what book that was from. I'm sure you guys all know, so there's no reason for me to say it, but be not afraid of standing still, be only afraid, no, yes. Okay, you've read it by now. I can't remember off the top of my head because the only thing I've got in there is standing. This one I started on the 31st of May, and this is for a friend of mine, and I'm not gonna say her name. I'm sure she doesn't watch, but you never know. So first up is standing, and then I'll do still in the border. Oh, right there. Be not afraid of going slowly, be only afraid. Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. I knew I'd get it, which there's no reason because you guys already read it by now. White 14 count Ada, I think I already said. Okay, next one is in a bag that was gifted to me from Laura by Stitch to My Lou. She was my table mate at StitchCon, one of them. We had such a great table. Table 50! Hoping I get back in again this year. But I had like training the day that StitchCon opened, and so I didn't get signed up till like 6 hours in. So I'm like 150 on the list. So we're waiting. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Cross all your fingers for me because I want to go back. Okay, anyway. Welcome to the North Pole, Primrose Cottage Stitches. I did start this when they started their SAL. I did not stick up with the schedule of the SAL, but I'm pretty darn close. I finally cut off all that excess fabric at the bottom. So this is on a 28 count oatmeal Ada, and I'm done through here. So then I've just got to finish like their faces, the cocoa. I think I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more colors there, and then I've got to finish like the roofs and stuff here, and then I've got Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the sleigh. So that's all I've got left on that. I started this on June 10th, and it's a lot of fun to stitch. I'm doing it with the DMC conversion, not the silks. It's actually staying pretty good, decent order. Okay, next up was Victorian Morning Tree, and this is by Night Spirit Studios. I started this as part of the hashtag, which I can't remember, when the health scare came up. Everybody started a bunch of Night Spirit Studios patterns, and this was my start on June 18th. And I'm doing this on a 14 count black Ada. I have 3,564 stitches in it for a total of 28.9%. Wait, no. There is a total of 3,564 stitches. I have 1,030, so I am at 28.9% on this one. Go away, Jim. Go. I said 14 count black Ada. Yeah, lots of fun. And of course, somebody else in the fandom stitching has already finished it. I think Michelle, maybe. Might have already finished this one. Michelle or Maura. I'm not sure which. They always get a kick whenever I say their names. But y'all are my stitchy fam, so you're going to get mentioned repeatedly. Just deal. Next one was Meet Me at Midnight, which is by Frizzy Lizzy Stitches. And this one I'm doing for a friend. I'm so stinking close to a finish. I was going to say this one was for June, but I would like to get it to her sooner than later, so that's not happening. Wow. Oh, that's just my... Get my threads out of the way so you can actually see. I like just finished mid-stitch earlier. Started this one on July 1st, and it is on a 40 count hand-dyed linen. I was at 1,900 stitches, but I just put 1,000 in, so I'm like around 2,900 stitches. I was at 62, so I'm gonna guess that that's closer to like 80%. All I've got is like the back stitching in the dominoes. I've got like a couple motifs up here to finish out. Well, I gotta finish the cat and then do the inner back stitching, and then that one will be done. I did make a change And I was like so close to like frogging to make another change because the dominoes bothered me, because it's 1, 2, 3, and then you do 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 3. This should be 3 and 4, because then you have 4 and 4, and then this one was it 6 and 3? Yeah, this was 6 and 3, and that bothered me because it didn't follow like the pattern. And then 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. So what it should be, if I was holding on to this myself, I would fix this, but I'm giving this to somebody else. So what it should be is 0, 1, 1, 1. 1, 2, 2, 2. 2, 3, 3, 3. 3, 4, 4, 4. You see, that's what it should be. But I'm giving it away. It's already mostly stitched. I'm not frogging to redo because those dominoes were so difficult to get through. And I don't even know why. Like, they're not that big. I think because it was monotonous, and this fabric is actually a lot darker than I expected, so it was a little rough. But yeah, it's almost done. It's almost done. Hopefully next month. Fingers crossed. Okay, next one is May the Forest Be With You. This was also part of the Earth Day collaboration. This is by Stitch and Mama, and that's the top. I'm doing this on a yellow 50 count linen. I started this on July 23rd. See if I can hold it up with one hand. Nope. And I have 551 stitches in it, which is 18.35%. This is the one that I was like, I'm not quite sold on the yellow and green combination, but it's growing on me, so I'm actually really liking it. Yep, so there's that one. Next up, we're at 42 minutes, y'all. Treasure Island. This is an Owl Forest embroidery. I like dove on this one, and then saw Samantha the Huga Stitcher and a bunch of other people jumping on it and was like, yes, this is going to be so awesome. I hand dyed this 28 count linen with coffee, with instant coffee, and then put it in the oven to get the nice like scorch marks on there. And this is as far as I am. This was actually part of my WIP go, was to finish a part. And so I finished, I think this was release number 2. So that one's finished, except for a couple, like a little bit of back stitching, but I'm saving the back stitching till the very, very end. So I did that, and then also got some more going on that. And that one is not Pattern Keeper compatible, so I don't have it on there. So I don't know numbers. Okay, next up is the Wizard of Oz, which is artwork is by Scott Gustafson. This is a Heaven and Earth. It's charted by Michelle. Heaven and Earth Designs. This was my first full coverage. I'm doing this for my mother-in-law, who loves the Wizard of Oz. I feel like the lighting is like going in and out. This is on, and I'm going to put a picture in here because it's on a scroll frame downstairs I'm going to be working on tomorrow, and I didn't want to bring it up. This is on a 28 count linen. I'm doing 1/1 full cross. I currently have 3,944 stitches for a total of 2.95%. But there will be more tomorrow because I'm planning to work on it tomorrow. I'm excited to work on it tomorrow. I'm like diving down the world of full coverage, all thanks to that one. Okay, next up is This Joyous Season by Plum Street Samplers. I started this one as part of a stitch along with Carolee from Stitching is Elementary and Mrs. Smith Stitches. Sorry, I always get Mrs. Smith Stitches and Mrs. Jones Stitches confused, my bad. Anyway, doing it with these guys, and I love this. I love this stitch so much. I'm like addicted to it. This is, yeah, this is in a Me Made bag there, and it is on a 32 count hazelnut by XU Designs. And oh my gosh, this linen is like butter. I love it so stinking much. And I don't have a count because it's a paper pattern, but look at that house. Look at that big old house. Look at that big old house. Oh my gosh, looking so good. And I just did like the cherry thingies. I think they're cherries. Earlier today. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off there. My bad. Loving it. Loving it so much. Oh, and the colors look great on this fabric too. Like, it was a good choice. It's not the called for, but I was glad that I chose that fabric. Turned out really well. Okay, next up. That one I started on August 7th. See, Wizard of Oz I started on August 6th. Treasure Island was August 2nd. May the Force Be With You was July 23rd. Sorry, I realized I've been forgetting those. Let me get my next stack out. And then I'm going to tip this so I don't drop the rest of them. Stay. Okay. The next up is also in a Me Made bag. There. I made a bunch of these, not with this. I decided to make full bags with like this up here and then only this in the middle. So it's not got this flipped. It's all this. I've only sold one of those, but there's more if you want. Anyway, oh, I should have taken this out the Q-snap. Duh. So this one is called Little World. I have been mistakenly calling it Little Kingdom for like ever. But it's Little World. It's by Mama Witch Cross Stitch. And this is for a friend of mine as part of our LARP. He doesn't know that it's coming. And this is as far as I am. I'm planning to get quite a bit done in the next week. I would like to get it done by next weekend, but I don't know. I really don't know. I can always take it with me, I guess. So this is on a Belfast 32 count gravestone. And well, when I first put my numbers down, I was at 2,587 stitches, or 44.64%. I have since put in at least 1,000 stitches on here. So, I'm a lot farther than that. I love this one. Oh, look at those greens. Those are so stinking cool. Beautiful. It's like, I just want to stare at it. Maybe, I need to make one. Now I'm going to have to stitch it for me, because look at that. Oh, and this was the perfect fabric too. Barbara from Keepsakes helped me pick out the fabric based on the pattern, and spot on. Turned out so good. I feel like I thought I had another. Maybe I don't. I thought I had another pattern that I was keeping in here, but oh well. Anyway. That it was Little World by Mama Witch Cross Stitch. Started on August 19th. August 28th, a little bit late. I started the summer salt box samplers, or not samplers. Summer Salt Box by Plum Street Samplers. This is part of the Salt Box Solstice sal that Laura, New Hampshire Stitcher, and Cross Stitch Kate were doing, and I didn't decide which one I was going to do because I only got that far. So I finished the border, and that's it. If you remember, this is on that same linen as the spring, so the spring one's done. I got some decision making to do on this one. I think I'll probably, because this one's dark, and then I'll show you the autumn one is dark, I think I'll do the lighter one for summer. Let me save this out. It's on a 40 count linen. Let's see. I'm gonna leave that out because I've got August coming up. Okay, the next one I started. Why are you there? You don't belong there. Okay, out of order. It's all good. Okay, the next one was Amanita Witch, which is also by Mama Witch Cross Stitch. I love Mama Witch Cross Stitch. I need to run over to her shop after this because she's having a sale. Anyway, also for a friend at my LARP. This one I started on September 6th, 2023. 18 count Black Ada. When I did the count, I had 3,434 stitches, which is 74.10%. I think there were probably like maybe 400 more stitches was put into this, so I'm maybe at 80%. Mostly just border that I've got to finish. So fingers crossed. This one is not as much of a hurry for next weekend, so I'm gonna work on Little World first and then see where that leads me. Oh, also in a Me Made bag. Pretty. Couple more dyed fabrics in there. Okay, next up was the Game of Thrones quote, which I found on Pinterest, looking for a pattern that had a sword in it. Why do I leave all of these threads on? Because I need them for later. Duh. This is on a red me-dyed linen. It's like red and gray in there. I had to mess with the pattern a little bit because the fabric ended up being a little bit shorter than I expected. 18 count, and then I started this one on September 19th, and that's where I'm at. Just have an upper sword, the rest of the border, and like 2 lines of text. So, June finish? Maybe. Stick around to find out. Next up was Starry Night Bottle, another one by Zephyr Moon. This one I was attracted to because of, Nicole from StemX Stitch got me looking at Zephyr Moon because of the patterns, like the wave patterns and stuff she did. And she also does the little mini masterpieces, which then made me see this one, and I thought I like snagged this one because I thought it was super cute. This is on a 14 count, like oatmeal-ish colored Aida, and I started this one on October 13th, 2023. So, yeah. Fun. We're getting there. Next up was the autumn salt boxes, and I'm doing this one this year. Let me see if you can see that. It's like gray and gray. And I'm doing the DMCs on the salt box samplers. And once again, I've got some hanging thread. Stick the needle in here so you don't see that there. And that's where I'm at. That house is gonna be so tall. And all of those grays, like, there's like 3 different grays that go into this one house, like super dark for the roof, super light for one side, and then like a middle light for the other. But I love this linen. It's a lot of fun. Okay, there's that. That one I started on October 19th. It's on that 40 count linen. Next up is, we got hairs everywhere, sorry y'all. This one is Pumpkin Patch. It's by Twisted Willow Designs, and I need to figure out how to show you without showing the pattern. Here we go. It's this one that I'm doing. Pretty pumpkin patch there. I started this one on October 24th, 2023. It's in the Halloween episode edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is also in a Me Made bag. And it is on the same piece that I did my autumn acorns. It's right here. So this is, what is this? 18 count? No, this is like a 22 count. Yeah, this is 22 count linen. And I think I'm doing 1 over, nope, I'm doing 2 over 1 on that one. Fun times. That's also going to be a finish this year because it's super small. So keeping that on the list. I just bumped this. Next one that I started was on October 26th, and it is the Squirrel by Maloka Designs. And I started this one mostly because I saw the finish that I believe it's Rachel from Lemonade Stitches did, and it was so darn pretty. So I dyed up a piece of fabric. Sorry for the I need to zigzag the edge. This is on an 18 count Aida that I dyed myself, And there's my little itty bitty measly start. So, and this one's weird because like the different releases don't like match up in Pattern Keeper. I guess if I had like put it all into one PDF they would have, but I didn't. So I don't know where that other start went, so oh well. Next up is Mary Ann Kopp, which is by With Thy Needle and Thread. Come on, get out of here. Also in a me-made bag. This was started as part of Lorna Hampshire Stitcher's Back to School Sal. I saw her stitching this one and I like ran to find it because it's absolutely gorgeous, and decided to go ahead and start it as part of my back to school, and I love it. I'm doing it with all the called fors. Decided to splurge on the silks. Now they're getting stuck. There we go. And this is on a 40 count me-dyed linen. Whoop, nope, you stay in there. And this is where I am. I got her name in, and I'm starting on the border over here. Super, super pretty. Love how it's looking. This is, I used Marigold from Rit Dye to do this one, and it's looking really good, I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, take a look. Oh yeah, I love that. Sorry, I'm really enjoying this fabric a lot. I stitched this one in hand. I stitched most of them in hand, but a lot of the like higher counts, like with Greenhouse, I tend to do those in Q-Snap. I don't know what it is about this piece of fabric, but I love stitching it in hand. It's the best. So yeah. Little bit addicted. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to zip that. Okay, what's next? Next, I started Woman in a Field of Flowers. I started this one on November 22nd. This is by Stitches So Beautiful. And if I had $1 million and all of the time in the world, I would buy every single one of this person's pattern, of this shop's patterns. She is fabulous. She is a fabulous designer. And oh my gosh, every time there's a new release, I'm like, oh, I need it. Oh, I need all of that. Oh my gosh. And she's got like 6 of the Women in a Field of Flowers, and I think I own 4 of them. Anyway, this is on a 28 count. See if I can find my start, because I stitched fabric on the edges so it would fit on my Q-Snap. But now I'm going to put it on frame because I got a frame for Christmas, or for my birthday. Thanks, Mom. Here's my little itty bitty start over here. Check that out. This is my attempt at Royal Rose. And now I'm finally figuring out the system for Royal Rose. I had to watch the tutorial that she put out, and it now makes so much sense. So this is on 28 count 1/1 full cross. Like I said, I'm going to put that on my scroll frame. Next up, we're just now getting to an hour. We're good. We're totally good. Next up is the Weasley House ornament. This is from that Personalized Design, the kit that I got, that they sent me and then hounded me on for getting a review from. Oops, upside down. Is it upside down? Yeah. That's what it's gonna look like. And I just really haven't been called to do this one yet, so I don't even know what's up or down. That's as far as I've gotten. Is that up or down? Oh goodness, I don't know, and I don't really care. So that's where I'm at. So eventually we'll get to that one. Not anytime soon. Maybe if I have some free time. I started that one on December 8th. Now we get into all of my 12 by 12s. Because you guessed it, I did start all 12 of my digital patterns and all 12 of my hard copy patterns, plus another one. So I started 25 on New Year's Eve because I'm a little crazy. But it happened, and it's never happening again. So I started Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. This is on a hand-dyed 40 count linen. And you guys are just gonna be blown away by the start on each and every one of these, because I think I put one thread length in every single one. Oh, actually show it. There it is. So much. Oh man. And I'm probably not gonna work on any of these again this year because, well, not any of them. Because I need to finish something before I can start something new. Oh, goodness me, oh my. All right. Next up was the Hannah Richards sampler. It is in this traditional samplers book by Brenda Keys, and I grabbed this because of Megan the Seattle Stitcher, so thank you. And decided to start this one. You even see it? There we go, fighting that glare. There we go. So that's the one I decided to start. And there's my start. We're getting there. This is on a 22 count mystery even weave. Not much to look at. Next up, I did switch out some of them. Like I switched out, I was going to do the Maggie the Mess Maker, and then I opened it and I was like, oh, this isn't cross stitch. It's embroidery. I thought maybe it was like a full kit. Thought I was confused by it, but nah, oh well. It's still going to be pretty. I'm just not ready to do it yet. So I picked up Americana instead, which is a pattern I got off of the freebie table at StitchCon. It's by Rather Be Stitchin' Designs. I am doing this one on a 20 count mystery linen. And I had so much trouble with it that I stitched it, frogged it, stitched it, frogged it, and then stitched it again. And that's where I got the last time around. Yeah. And then I parked my thread because I was done and needed to move on to the next pattern. Oh, goodness me. Next, I started the Seasons kit, which is by 3D High Definition Accurate Cross Stitch. Not sure I like it, but it's something new to try. This is the kit. Oh. There we go. This is the kit. It is so darn stiff. And the only thing you stitch, I feel like you don't stitch like everything. Like a little bits of the yellow, a little bit, oh, it's mostly the black. Like this yellow background, the yellow, the blue, the red, the green, you don't stitch those. I don't know. We're going to see how it goes because I'm not sold on it. But it was a kit. I had it. I started it. It's not on my rotation anytime soon. But it has been started. I can at least say that. So there's that kit. Next up, I started Ocean Pearl, which is by Tiny Modernist. This came in 3 parts. This is on a blue 22 count mystery even weave, and that's as far as I got right there. A little bit of the leaves going on. A lot of these were really quick starts. Had them already kitted up and everything, so I just kind of pulled them together. All right, what are you? Oh, yeah. Next, get my cards going. Not you, I want you. Next up was this camper kit, which was by Design Works. It says, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. This one's for my mom. And this is on the kit fabric with the kit floss. And that's where I got itty bitty. Not much going on. Not much to look at. me-made bag for both of these kits. The second kit in this bag is a Riolas kit, and the floss is a little different. It's, I don't know what kind of floss it is, but it's not DMC. Like, it kind of looks like Whisper. Is it wool, maybe? It's in a different language, so I can't tell you. But it's been interesting to stitch with. Like, it's very fuzzy. That's the back. But it's with it's with kit fabric, kit floss, and that's where I'm at. It's also been interesting trying to read this chart. Just because there's not really instruction, like, at all. It just gives you the chart. So that's been interesting and new, but it's fun. Okay, next up, Teresa Kogut, Let Love Rain. It's 9 o'clock already. And this one is on a 32 count mystery linen with called fors. And there's my start. Itty bitty. These last ones are going to speed through because there's like, I haven't started anything on them. They're like, there's not much to them. Next up is English Garden by Country Cottage Needleworks. You guys have seen this one before. And this one is on a little scrap piece of that 40 count linen. And that's where I'm at, just the top border there. Yeah, 40 count linen. And it's small enough I can just fit it in the bag, which is awesome. Next up is Emma's Heart by Window Garden Designs. There you go. Just another little sampler here. I'm doing this one on a 22 count mystery linen, and I am loving this one. Oh my gosh, it's so thick. So darn thick. There's no way that's not 22 count. They said it was 22 count, but this looks like a 25 count. And I'm doing it 2/1. Oh, so pretty. So darn pretty. I love that color. And I love the way it's like just fitting together. It's just such a cool border. Next up, I started Worth Fighting For by Michelle Bendy Stitchy. And I've been doing this on some of that green 40 count linen. And there's my start. Actually, I think it goes this way. Yep, there's my start. And this is, I think, this one's digital. Yeah, of course it is, because I didn't have anything to show you. Next up, I started, don't you dare, January Quaker, which is by From the Heart Needle Art, and this one was one of the monthlies that Jessie Marie Does Stuff sent in my giveaway. This is on a 32 count, where are you? There you are. 32 count Vanilla Cream by Atomic Ranch. I'm doing it with the with a DMC conversion, and I love that. It's so darn pretty, and I might have to get more of this fabric for the rest of them because I kind of want them all to match. I really like the fabric. I love Atomic Ranch. Don't fall over. I'm not done with you yet. There we go. The next one that I started is Sunflower Sampler, which is by Summerhouse Stitchworks, and this one is super adorable. There's a lot more backstitching than I expected. This is my start, and this is on an 18 count Mystery Ada. A lot of these I just like picked out fabric that I had in my stash already, and I was like, yeah, why not? It's there. Let's do it. Put it back in the chart. All right, now we're going to take a look at the mini masterpieces that I started, and I will show the picture next to what I have for it. So I started a girl with a pearl earring. And this one is on, they're all on a green 16 count Aida. So I got a stitch length put into that. The next one that I started was irises. God, I think I did 2 stitch lengths in this one. Next up was the birth of Venus. I got that much of her done. Next up was the goldfish. I started on the green, because why not? Then I started the kiss, which I think Nicole at Stomach Stitches already finished this one, if I remember right. I think she did it on the stitch with me when she was on the bus. Next up is the Mona Lisa. Some of these are like hard to see because I picked like the most neutral colors on those. Next up is the Scream. I don't know if it's up or down. I think that's the bottom there. Yeah. Next up was Two Dancers on a Stage. That's where I'm at on that one. Next up is the Wave. And then the last masterpiece that I started is Water Lilies. And then the final one that I started on the 31st is a pattern that my husband designed to commemorate his trip over to London, where he got to play D&D in a castle with a company called Dark Dice. This is the pattern that he designed. And I got a start on that, and it is on a 28 count oatmeal, not Aida, it's like even weave, yeah. 25 count oatmeal Aida actually is what I have written down, so that must be it. Okay, let's see. Where am I at? Oh, and then my second to last, but I'm not going to show you the other one because I can't find it, even though I stitched it today. Next one, and the last current WIP, if I can get this all going, I joined the 2024 Haid Sow because of course I would. And oh, I got threads all over. Look at that. I'm getting used to full coverage. And I did not do Royal Rose on this, but I should. I chose Tintern Abbey. Love the browns and stuff. And I'm doing it, come on, 2/1, no. Yeah, 2/1 tit stitch. And that's where I'm at on that one. I need to pull it out more and do some more work on it. This is one where we have like until the end of the year to finish either 4 pages or the whole thing. It's my newest needle minder. It was part of my holiday gift exchange for Phantom Stitching. Yeah. The other one that I like just started that I can't seem to find, even though I finished it and worked on it today, is, oh, I bet it's in that. It's in the roll that I left in my backpack. I am doing the Creatively Crafting stitch along, which is the cupcakes. And so I just got the bordered on that. Here's a picture. So yes, that's everything. And that was an hour and 14 minutes. Wowza. I've got some editing to do tomorrow. That's going to be fun. And then I'll get that uploaded and everything for you. So, because I'm doing my WIP parade this week, my next update will be in 2 weeks. And I'm going to do just an update from here. Like, I'm not going to do an update from, well, no. Yeah, because you've seen everything. So I'll do an update from here instead of from like December, my last Flosstube. So yeah, I'm not going to chitter chatter because we've been on here for an hour and 15 and there's plenty more to look at. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you come back, and I hope we get to spend another year of Flosstube together. Thanks to all my friends who are hanging out with me, doing cross stitch, doing Flosstube, doing fandom stitching. Jen over in my fandom group is super encouraging as far as my full coverage, and Casey. I know you guys watch, so hey. Michelle Schmidt Crafter, I mention her every single time. We've got Taylor Clays over there. Who all's in there? We've got Maura, Sarah. You know who you are. I think that everybody should encourage Casey and Michelle and Sarah to do their own Flosstube, because it'd be great, and I would love to see y'all on here eventually. I will subscribe first thing when I see you. Just a heads up. Anyway, if you like what you see, subscribe, say hey down in the comments, whatever, like, all the shebang, and I will see you next time. Later, y'all.